Well, thank you for coming and allowing me to provide this update to you. Shortly after 11:30 this morning, Toronto police responded to a report of an assault here at Yonge and King, in which it is alleged that a male individual pushed an elderly female to the ground and then fled the scene. Emergency services responded, immediately rendered life-saving measures, but unfortunately the female was pronounced deceased at the scene as a result of the injuries sustained. We had a description from a witness and from a significant video canvas of the area, and as a result, officers attended the area, conducted an extensive and exhaustive search, and were able to locate a suspect approximately 1 hour ago and take that suspect into custody. As a result of that, we do not believe there's any risk to the public at this point from this individual, as he is in custody at 51 Division, currently being investigated for the offense of aggravated assault. Our homicide unit has been notified and are monitoring, but have not taken carriage of the investigation at this point in time, pending the outcome of an autopsy and a formal cause of death. I cannot release any information with respect to the identity of the victim at this point in time, pending next of kin notification. But carry on.
Acting Inspector, can you clarify, was this woman just walking along, she was pushed and died as a result of hitting her head, or did she die as a result of some kind of blunt force trauma from the suspect?
The information we have is that she was pushed to the ground. She sustained serious injuries to her face and head area, but at this point in time, as I said, pending the outcome of an autopsy, we can't confirm the cause of death at this point in time.
Because of the subway, sorry, did you say he's been charged with aggravated assault so far?
Right now, and it will be charged with aggravated assault, and that obviously can be upgraded depending on the outcome of the further investigation.
This is completely unprovoked.
Some sort, even because the person has died.
Well, it's pending the result of the autopsy to determine the actual cause of death. There could be other aggravating factors that occurred during the interaction, which may have contributed to the cause of death, which may not directly be attributable to the suspect.
How old is the woman? How old was she?
She's believed to be in her 70s or 80s, an elderly female.
By herself?
That's my understanding. She was by herself on the sidewalk.
Yeah, how old is he? Any information about him?
The suspect to be a male in his 30s.
Was he homeless?
I can't confirm that at this point in time.
Inspector, you said, so he was arrested by police around the corner. I mean, did he know the officers were looking for him? Like, did he recognize that, he pushed someone and they died?
I can't confirm what his mindset was at the time, but certainly there was a massive and robust police presence as a result of this.
Was he arrested without incident? Did he cooperate?
I don't have any information on that, but he was taken into custody without incident, to the best of my knowledge.
When you say around the corner, what does that mean exactly?
I believe it was on Richmond Street, just west of Yonge Street.
Was he related to the incident at Queen Station?
No, not that particular incident. Although concurrently, the police were investigating a number of incidents in the downtown core in which an individual matching this description was alleged to have committed some property damage in the area. Those are being investigated as related possibly to this matter.
Where was that?
Over on University Avenue earlier this morning, and then on Church Street earlier as well.
Two separate incidents then. Property damage.
Property damage.
But potentially the same suspect.
I won't say potentially, but the suspect description is close enough that we will obviously look at those investigations and see if they're related.
Can you describe when you say property damage, what do you mean? What are you talking about here?
I just damage to some buildings, I think. That kind of thing. I can't confirm. Nothing smashed, but just complaints of somebody causing a disturbance and causing some minor damage to some property. I don't have any further information on that right now, though.
Do you know who this woman is? Does she have ID on her?
I can't confirm that at this point in time. We are.
What was she doing? Was she in the restaurant, just on the sidewalk?
My understanding and the information from witnesses and from the video cameras is she was just simply walking along the sidewalk.
Did you find any weapons, anything with the suspect when you arrested him?
No, not at this time.
Speak a little bit about, you've talked now, she's just walking along the sidewalk, a woman, sounding like from you, unprovoked, random. We've obviously got a city that's very concerned after a number of cases that sound very similar to this kind of situation. Can you talk about just the state of the city in terms of, are people safe to be walking around in the middle of the day and not have something like this happen?
Well, I will say this is a very, very tragic occurrence, and one of a series of tragic occurrences that have happened in our city recently. It troubles me greatly. I don't know the exact circumstances with respect to this. The investigation will reveal what happened. The information is that, as I said, this woman was walking along the sidewalk and reportedly, allegedly assaulted unprovoked. Again, the investigation will bear out exactly what happened. We're still appealing for witnesses. We need witnesses to come forward. Anybody who was in the area of Yonge and King around 11:30, between 11:30 and 12, who may have witnessed this, please contact police at 51 Division at 416-808-5100 or at Crime Stoppers. We really need to get to the bottom of this.
I know you said arrested for aggravated assault. I apologize. Has he been charged? Not yet.
Well, he's very recently been taken into custody, so he wouldn't have formally been charged yet, but he's currently being processed at the station.
Do you know because I imagine you can't release his name yet, has he been investigated by police before? Do you know who this person is?
I don't know. I don't know that. I'm sorry.
And you can confirm they didn't know each other? Was there any interaction before this happened?
I can't confirm that, and I can't confirm if there was an interaction or not. And again, we're looking at the fine details of this interaction. We do have some video. We're canvassing as well for additional video. And we are, again, appealing to the public. Anybody who is driving along this stretch of Yonge Street near King Street around 11:30, 11:35, thereabouts, if they have any dash cam footage, please contact us and let us know, because we are still trying to get to the very bottom of this.
This couldn't happen at a busier place, in the biggest city in the country. What can you tell us about just, our safety walking down Yonge Street?
Well, again, this is extraordinarily tragic, and again, it's another tragic circumstance in a series of tragic circumstances. It pains me greatly that this happens in our city. All I would say to the public is just be mindful of your surroundings. Sadly, be very mindful of your surroundings and understand that these attacks do happen, and to be very, very careful and be aware of your surroundings, sadly.
Based on what you know now, it's believed to be a random assault, right? Based on what you know so far. I can't confirm that, but based on what you know so far at this point.
It's reportedly unprovoked. We haven't confirmed if it's unprovoked or not, because we don't have the exact details of any potential interaction that may have happened. As I said, we've got some of this captured on video. We've got some of it from eyewitness accounts, but we don't have the totality of the event yet, and that's why we're investigating it further.
Did anyone come to her aid, this woman? Did people run out and help?
I can't confirm that. I do know that emergency responders arrived and immediately commenced life-saving measures. Toronto Paramedic Services were here very quickly and continued with the life-saving measures, but unfortunately she was pronounced deceased here at the scene.
It's traffic, but did he assault her repeatedly? Was it he pushed her? Did he kick her, punch her? What?
I can't confirm the duration of the assault. I just know there was an interaction during which she fell to the ground and struck her face.
This video that helped in your investigation at this beginning stages, are you talking about security footage from one of these businesses, or is this like a passerby happened to have caught this on camera?
I believe it's closed-circuit television, security television from one of the adjacent premises.
So, Inspector, John Tory said the city's safe and all this stuff. With all these random attacks, is there going to be more police patrols and all that stuff happening?
I can't comment on that at this point in time. What I can do is say that Toronto Police Service are here who respond to these calls every day. Our response to this was very robust. A lot of officers came and committed a lot of effort to finding this suspect.
Did this person have mental health issues?
I can't confirm that.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
The arrest you said happened on Richmond, just west of Yonge? And was it on the side of the street?
Officers were patrolling the area. They saw the suspect who matched the description and took him into custody, yes.